Live from KSAT 12, the Nightbeat starts right now.
All right, tonight, let's get right to the weather because, yes, colder air is on the move.
It's going to feel a lot different when you step outside tomorrow. When that cold air arrives, it will bring storms along with it.
So let's go to Adam Caskey. And Adam, we should start to see a shift soon.
Yeah, just within the next several hours. By 2-3 a.m., the colder air will be in place. But before then, the thunderstorms. And this is the view a lot of us have been seeing, looking off to the north and northeast. Now, this is from Canyon Lake, even closer to the storms, but very easily to identify these thunderstorms off in the distance. And we also have some great video from our Sky 12 pointing off to the north, and you see the big flashes of light. Not only that, downtown. I mean, as far as downtown San Antonio, looking off to the northeast, and you see that lightning from those distant storms. Those storms not even near us. Take a look at the radar right now, and the radar shows how far away those storms are. Basically, from the Canyon Lake shot that I showed you right here, Canyon Lake, those storms are a good 40 miles away. From San Antonio and downtown, KSAT Studios, that rooftop video, those storms are a good 70 miles away, but you can still see that lightning display. I mean, go outside, look to the northeast right now. It's safe. We're far enough away from them. You won't get struck by the lightning. But we are expecting our own thunderstorms to develop, of course, as we progress over the next couple of hours. Notice by midnight, we have that storm chance up to 40%, but then by 1 and 2 a.m., we boost that to 70%. So some loud thunder likely to wake you, the kids, the pets up overnight tonight. And that's going to be off and on all the way through 7 a.m., so into the morning commute as well. Our primary threats for this severe weather overnight will be straight line winds, 60 to 70 miles per hour, and even the chance for some damaging hail, 1 to 2 inches in diameter. I wish I could tell you exactly what neighborhoods will get hit by the hail, but we can't do that. The science isn't there. We can't do that until the hail-making storms develop. And of course, a lot of lightning and non-thunderstorm gusty winds, damaging wind, could leave some of us in the dark. So emergency responders and electric providers are on standby, monitoring the approaching storms. The night team's Patty Santos is live with more on what their main concerns are with this approaching storm. Patty.
Well, Adam, of course, we're not going to really know what this storm is capable of doing until it really gets here. But emergency crews are really concerned about the potential of flash flooding and, of course, those winds bringing down power lines and trees.
At this point, are prepared for anything and everything.
Up in the hill country, Central Texas Electric Cooperative says crews are stocking up on repair supplies, ready for trouble from wind and lightning.
When you have lightning storms, a lot of times that can be a labor-intensive process as our crews have to replace a lot of fuses.
Pedernales Electric Cooperative is urging customers to report power issues by texting the word outage to 25022. Last month, many of their customers were in the dark for days after a winter storm pushed through. Tonight, Red Cross volunteers are doing double duty, preparing themselves now so they're ready to help others.
If we know that there's a big storm coming, we want to always ensure that our devices are charged in advance, that we have a way to communicate with others in case there is an emergency.
Any of the 14 counties they serve are able to request help should the need arise.
The easiest way is to call us through 1-800-RED Cross. And then we will get services and support out as quickly as we can.
It's a slight risk. It's still a risk.
The Bexar County Emergency Management Office expects winds and flash flooding to be an issue.
Public Works has their barricades positioned strategically as they know where the hotspots might be.
Agencies urge families across the region to also have a plan, fully charged phones, supplies, and medication on hand.
So prepare for the worst and expect the best.
And really, the word is out to those who are going to have to be out in the wee hours of tomorrow morning. Make sure you look out for the debris on the road and maybe even some power lines because it might be dark, so just be careful. Myra, Stefania?
You hear that rush right there, that panic, that cell phone video that shows the moment a tree broke and fell onto guests at the San Antonio Zoo. It happened yesterday. At least 7 people were hurt, including a child who was in serious condition at last check in the hospital. And just listen to what one witness said about the scary moment that unfolded amid those big spring break crowds.
One lady that I was helping with others was screaming, "My baby."
An arborist told KSAT that based on the size of the tree, the branch could weigh anywhere between 1,500 to 2,000 pounds. Meanwhile, the zoo's president and CEO says that staff are working to investigate what caused that tree to break.
You might have seen this alert on your phone tonight, an Amber Alert for a little boy out of the Dallas area. Right now, Royce City police are looking for 2-year-old Jordan Sangbong. He was last seen around 10 o'clock last night. Police are also looking for a suspect, 38-year-old Daddy Sangbong. He's wanted in connection to Jordan's disappearance. If you know anything that can help find them, you're asked to call Royce City Police. That number is 972-204-7002.
Right now, police are looking for this person who you see right here, 20-year-old Daniel Michael Martinez. Bexar County Sheriff's deputies say that he's accused of sexually assaulting a 14-year-old girl. Now, according to BCSO, the victim says that she first spoke with Martinez on Instagram, but thought at the time that he was younger. Martinez allegedly picked her up in a vehicle and then allegedly sexually assaulted her. If you know anything that could help sheriff's deputies find Martinez, call the number. It's the one there at the bottom of your screen. It's 210-335-6000.
Autopsy results are pending for a Fort Hood soldier who was found dead this week. Private Ana Basaldua Ruiz's family says that autopsy was performed today. Also earlier today, Army officials said that foul play was not evident so far, but the investigation still continues into the 21-year-old's death, as well as allegations of sexual harassment by a superior. Family members tell ABC News that Basaldua Ruiz told her mother about the alleged harassment last month.
Now, a San Antonio man could be going to jail for a long time after giving a woman fentanyl that exceeded 24 times that of a fatal dose. Officials say that 28-year-old Patrick Hall pleaded guilty yesterday to giving the 20-year-old woman the drug and then just leaving her alone in a hotel where she overdosed and died. Now, at some point after she became unconscious, Hall called one of her friends saying that she had overdosed, needed to be picked up. Hall then left the hotel room without calling 911. The U.S. Attorney's Office said that Hall was selling fentanyl in the form of a blue pill that was disguised as oxycodone. Now he's facing up to 20 years to life in prison. And sadly, this isn't the only tragic story about a fentanyl overdose. It's actually been a topic that we've been following closely as part of our Fighting Fentanyl series. So just scan this QR code on your screen, and from there, it's going to take you to our collection of stories that bring awareness to the dangers of fentanyl.
Tonight, nearly a dozen people are in custody, all charged in connection with the recent street takeovers that we've seen in Austin.
As the Night Team's Jonathan Cotto explains, investigators say that the group responsible includes people from San Antonio.
It's been almost a month since drivers brought traffic to a halt at several intersections around Austin. Now a statewide effort is bringing in the suspects.
They came from Houston, from Dallas, from San Antonio, and other cities. I mean, there was that long list that I just listed off. And as a matter of fact, most of the arrests that we have already made were not here in the city of Austin. They were actually in other cities across the state.
Austin police announcing the arrest of 11 people. The youngest suspect, just 15 years old. The charges vary from reckless driving, obstruction of a highway, and engaging in organized crime to unlawful use of fireworks. A first-degree felony. The Bexar County Sheriff's Office and the San Antonio Police are also working with what's being called Operation Burnout, and they're not done yet.
We're currently attempting to get the remaining 6 into custody at this time.
Austin PD is also working to identify additional suspects and vehicles. Jonathan Cotto, KSAT 12 News.
And now for a look at some of today's big headlines in your Nightbeat News Flash. The owner of a used car lot on the north side arrived at work this morning and found his office had been ransacked. A truck was stolen. Happened at Landmark Motors on Broadway near Loop 410. The owner says that when he got to work, he noticed the metal gate was wide open. Police say that someone broke through a window, cut the electricity, then broke into his office. The owner says the thieves then stole a 2011 white Chevrolet Duramax pickup and smashed through his gate. So now he's got to deal with the damage as well. Texans who are having a difficult time paying their rent and other bills are getting help. Really good news. The Texas Rent Relief Program closed its application portal earlier today, almost 2 weeks ahead of schedule. The program has $98 million to give out. We know that more than 70,000 Texans applied for assistance between Monday and noon today. The portal first opened in 2021. At that time, the highest number of applications received in a single day was just shy of 20,000. And that's a look at your Nightbeat News Flash.
Still ahead here on the Nightbeat, going green for St. Patrick's Day when you can catch the San Antonio River doing just that. Still ahead.
Also, tons of people drive these cars, but now they're being recalled for an issue that could cause an accident.
A recall alert tonight for certain Ford and Lincoln model vehicles. This recall affects more than 1 million cars with issues because of the brakes. Their front brake hoses could tear and they can leak brake fluid. This recall includes 2013 to 2018 Ford Fusions and 2013 to 2018 Lincoln MKZs.
So this is really one of the biggest parties in South Texas, and it kicked off today at Market Square. We know that more than 125,000 people are expected to come out for the 4-day Tejano Music Award fanfare. It's actually the first time since the pandemic the event is going to be at full capacity. Look at all those people lining up for food. But as we told you a little earlier, storms, yes, they are expected overnight, along with high winds, cold temperatures throughout the weekend. Just bring a jacket, right? Now, organizers say for the most part, the show is going to go on, rain or shine. More than 100 musical acts from across the country are set to perform. And by the way, can't forget to tell you this, the fanfare's free for everyone.
A lot going on this time of year. It is that time of year again. The San Antonio Riverwalk is turning green in honor of St. Patrick's Day. The water will be dyed green tomorrow from 1 to 3 in the afternoon, then again on Saturday afternoon. It's all part of the St. Patrick's Day Festival and River Parade this weekend. It's a tradition that's been celebrated since 1968. You can read all about it right now at KSAT.com.
All right, now let's talk about, we're not talking about green water now, but geez, the skies are definitely going to look a little different in a few hours. 74 degrees, and you've been talking about this, Adam. Yeah, if you like this sort of mild weather, just cherish this moment because in a few hours, going to change.
And it's going to be, the colder air is going to be here to stay. That's the thing. It's really going to linger for several days, and you'll really notice the changes. We're talking sweater weather, jacket weather. Strong to severe storms tonight. That's round 1. And then turning cold and windy tonight and into tomorrow. Then round 2 for the rain and precipitation will be tomorrow night and even on into Saturday morning. And that's when we could have a little bit of snow mixing in with some of the rain in parts of our area. Hey, you heard that right. In March, we could have some snowflakes mixing with rain. We'll get to that in a moment. I have a couple different future casts to show you. Let's start with what's on the radar right now. A little bit of development out west. This is just north of Del Rio. Warren, our weather watcher there, reported 0.03 at his house. Obviously some heavier rain just to the north and a little bit of lightning associated with that as well. So you can hear that from Del Rio. And then closer to Austin, now moving into Bastrop, some severe weather. That's where the action is right now, but of course we are anticipating our own action to develop as the cold front is dropping in. Looks like the cold front right here, that little faint green line moving into Blanco County and into Austin as we speak. So here's our future cast. Going through the night, the storm's starting to develop. Midnight, 1 a.m. Some loud thunderstorms, of course. Not everybody's going to see them at that point, but we are expecting some in and around San Antonio and surrounding communities. Then we progress through the night. This is 2 a.m. Go to 3 a.m. Coverage becomes more widespread. The showers and storms more numerous, pockets of heavy rain. Of course, the lightning and thunder and the potential for some straight line damaging winds and maybe even some localized large hail. By the morning commute, it'll taper off a little bit, but still we'll have wet roadways and a few areas of storms developing. And you look at the rain chances, that round 1, of course, 70% coverage tonight. And then during the day tomorrow, the rain chances really fall off, and I think we could actually squeeze in some sun, just a few breaks. But then Friday night into Saturday morning, that's round 2. And with that, a little bit of rain snow mix possible. So we're fast forwarding to tomorrow night at this time. Our next batch of rain moving in, not so much in terms of thunderstorms we're talking here, just good soaking rain, but also notice these pink and blue colors on the futurecast. I do think we could have some wet snowflakes mixing in with the rain, even in northern portions of San Antonio and northern Bexar County, as usual. Of course, up into the hill country, when that's a possibility, that's where the highest odds are. But I do think it could creep down into our neck of the woods, even into San Antonio. So don't be surprised on the north side of town if you get a few snowflakes mixing in. However, and that's Saturday morning, by the way, no travel impacts, 0 impacts from that. Think of it more as white rain. Same impact as rain, but it falls as a white snowflake. Hill country, some parts of the hill country could have a brief frosting of snow, wet, slushy snow on the grass for a few hours Saturday morning. So that's that. Don't expect any snowmen to be made from this one. Just more of a gee whiz factor, no travel impacts. Look at the temperatures. 80 Cotulla right now. Let's go up to Abilene at 42, Lubbock at 36, Amarillo 34. There's that cold front. It's moving into the hill country right now. When it hits, the wind is going to pick up. Non-thunderstorm winds between 40 and 45 miles per hour overnight tonight through the day tomorrow. So if it's your trash recycling day, just get ready for that bin for the top to be opened, and once it's empty, to topple over as well. Gusty tonight and tomorrow. Cool as well. 42 in the morning, then we only make it to 52 in the afternoon. And again, most of the rain tonight through early tomorrow, a break during the daylight hours tomorrow, a few peaks of sunshine, and then tomorrow night we start it all over again. And you look at our high temperature trend, near 50 is the warmest it will be over the weekend. 50 for the high Saturday and Sunday. Even cooler on Monday with more rain on the way. And then we finally make it back to 60 by Tuesday. It's not often we're celebrating 60 in mid-March, but yeah, it's not going to be until next Tuesday when we get that warm. And notice a pretty damp pattern. We've got some good rain. Yeah, it's going to come with some ooh and ah, maybe Saturday morning, and unfortunately at a bit of a cost for some locations tonight, but it is going to be some good moisture, a few inches possible in parts of our area.
All right, keep the coat handy. Thanks, Adam.
All right, you know, if you didn't know any better, you'd think they were Dak Prescott's tears from losing his buddy.
Yeah, Dak talked today at a community event in the DFW area, and he almost broke down in tears, seriously, when reporters asked him about the Cowboys releasing Zeke. I mean, Dak has pretty much only known as Zeke during his entire NFL career, and in the men's big dance, Princeton, the Tigers, they have some bite coming up.
We are getting ready to celebrate St. Patrick's Day. We want to hear from you. So take out your phone and scan this QR code. This will take you to KSAT.com and a page dedicated to your St. Patrick's Day pictures. So send us your pictures. We may show them on the air, and be sure to tune in tomorrow on GMSA for all your St. Patty's Day fun starting at 4:30.
Zeke was a guy to follow, and so just of how to be a pro and how to be a pro with a smile on your face and enjoying this game and enjoying life. And yeah, as I say, I can't imagine him not in the locker room.
Yeah, Dak cannot imagine playing without his buddy Zeke in big board sports. Dak Prescott and Ezekiel Elliott entered the NFL together in 2016 when they were both drafted by the Dallas Cowboys. Zeke in the first round going 4th overall, and Dak in round 4 with pick 135. I mean, they're like ham and cheese, barbacoa, and Big Red. They just go together. Yesterday, that all changed when the Cowboys announced they released Elliott after 7 seasons and 2 rushing titles. He was pretty much a salary cap casualty, but Zeke's declining production didn't help him out. Now, Dak got a little choked up today during a community event in Dallas when asked about the boys letting Zeke go.
Yeah, tough. Yeah, it really is. It's tough. A brother, playing the game with a brother, being able to start this NFL career and share so many memories and grow up as men with this organization. I really can't imagine taking the field without him. Something I don't know if it's completely hit me yet. Obviously, I've talked to him I'm hurt. I'm sure he is, but it's more importantly for me just to be able to support him. I know he's got more opportunities coming his way, and love that guy, proud of him. Number one supporter in here for him no matter what.
The great Tony Dorsett tweeted, "Thanks Ezekiel Elliott for all the excitement you brought Dallas Cowboys fans. Good luck and Godspeed." In men's college basketball, the Islanders are heading back to the cool breeze of Corpus Christi after losing to number 1 Alabama 96-75 in the first round of the tournament today. Trevion Tennyson led TAM UCC with a game-high 20 points. The Islanders' great season is over.
Obviously, it's never fun to end your season, especially with a great group of guys like this. I've said it over and over. What these guys have accomplished in the 2 years here and the way they've gone about it and the way they've dedicated themselves to being good people and good basketball players and sticking with our program and not transferring when everybody else is transferring. You just don't see it very often these days. So they should be commended. Today is about them. They need to hold their heads up high. They lost to a very good basketball team and have accomplished so many things and made our city so proud. They should feel really, really good about themselves.
The Islanders finished the season 24-11. Number 2 seed Texas handled number 15 Colgate in the Midwest region 81-61 tonight. UT took the lead for good at 15-12. Serge Rice scored a game-high 23 for the Horns. Texas will next face the winner of Texas A&M Penn State in the second round. In the South region, the Princeton Tigers ruined some brackets today. With 2 minutes left in the game, Tigers' Ryan Langborg Banks won off the glass for their first lead, 56-55, and that's the only lead they needed. Number 15 Princeton stuns number 2 Arizona 59-55 for the Tigers' first NCAA tournament win in 25 years. Now, our first big upset happened earlier today in the South region. Number 13 Furman against number 4 Virginia. Paladins are down 2. They force the Cavs to turn it over. The ball then goes to J.P. Bagese, and his 3 gives Furman the lead 68-67 with 2 seconds to go. The Cavs have missed a game-winning attempt, and that's your ball game. Number 13 Furman upsets Virginia 68-67. Bagese wanted that shot, and Furman fans are happy that he took that shot.
And then as soon as I seen it going to Gary Hean's hand, I'm like, I want the ball. I feel like those are moments I've craved my whole life, and I feel like I'm built for it. So as soon as I got the ball and I seen a shot attempt that I had, I knew that all I could do at that point was just rise up and shoot it. And I had full belief that it was going in, and it did.
Number 13 Furman will next play number 5 San Diego State. The Brahmas are coming back home after the break. After 3 straight road games, the San Antonio Brahmas are coming back home to host the Arlington Renegades. The Brahmas are 1-3, coming off back-to-back losses, 22-13 in Houston and 15-6 last weekend in Seattle. San Antonio is struggling, so maybe playing in the Dome will get them going.
I'm super excited to get back down to San Antonio and, get another opportunity to play in front of our home crowd. And we fell short the first time playing in San Antonio at the Alamo Dome, and so I know that our players are eager to get back down there and see if we could get our first win at the Alamo Dome.
SA will host Arlington Sunday night at 8 at the Alamo Dome on Military Appreciation Day.
All right. Thank you, Larry.
Yep.
And we'll be right back after this.
We'll be live in the KSAT Weather Authority app and even as necessary on air later on tonight, tracking the storms. Primary threats, straight line winds and large hail. Cold and damp, really, the next several days. Highs near 50 tomorrow through Sunday, even Monday. 47 the high temperature. Some mornings dipping down into the 30s. Don't worry about any pipes, but in the hill country, you could have a brief freeze. So watch out for the plants in the hill country periodically this weekend. We do warm up, but not until the middle of next week. What a way to end spring break. At least we're going to get some much needed moisture here. We could be talking 2 inches or more in some spots.
And we need that moisture. We need that rain.
Absolutely.
All right,
Thanks for watching.
Have a good night.